Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be recreating this look. It was my year 12 formal makeup look and I'm really excited to show it with you guys. So let's get started. First for eyes, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is just to eliminate any redness or any veins that I have in my eyes. And I'm using Scotch tape today just to get a clean cut. Then taking my beauty blender and just buffing that into my eye, making sure that it's all blended out. For shadows, I'm going to be using the Meet Matte Trimony palette by the Bahama, and the colours are just so warm and they're amazing. They're so pigmented as well and so affordable, which makes it even better. Taking the colour Matte Lin, I'm going to be using that to set the primer on my eye, and this will help the shadows that I'm going to be using on top to just blend in seamlessly. Next, I'm going to take Matte Lopez and I'm going to be using this as a transition shade. So taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills blending brush, I'm just going to be buffing that into my eye, using circular motions and also just bringing it across the whole eyelid. Next, I'm going to be taking Matte Kuma and I'm going to be popping that on the inner corner and into the crease area. So I take a little bit of product each time and then apply the rest of it to my eye and blend it out. Also, make sure that you also blend your shadow towards the Scotch tape, so that will create a really nice, harsh, clean cut. Now taking Matte Muscowitz, which is this purple colour, I'm going to be using this on the outer corner and bringing it into the centre of the eye. So I've just taken another fluffy brush and I'm just applying that a little bit in my crease just to darken it up and also towards the Scotch tape, but most of it I'm bringing it towards the centre of my eye. Next, I'm taking Matte Reed and I'm going to be popping that on the outer corner of my eye. I'm also bringing it close to the Scotch tape again, so it creates a really sharp line. Next, I'm taking my Too Faced glitter glue and I'm popping that on my finger and just placing it on the areas that I want to place my loose pigment. Taking this loose pigment by Makeup Forever, I'm going to be applying this with a flat brush in the areas that I use the glitter glue. I'm also going to be blending it into the crease of my eye and dragging it out towards the darker part of my eye, just so it's all blended together. Now to draw a wing, I'm going to be using the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, and I'm using the Scotch tape to help guide my wing, and it really helps. So if you struggle with wings, definitely use this beauty hack. Now I'm going to move on to my face, and taking off that Scotch tape is the best feeling ever. Now taking the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, I'm just going to be dotting this all over my face, and then I'm just going to be rubbing it in with my hands. For foundation, I'm going to be taking the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation and the Estes Lauder Double Wear. So again, I'm mixing the two, then dotting it on my face and blending it out with a kabuki brush. Now I'm taking the Maybelline New York Instant Age Rewind Concealer in Fair Clair, and I'm placing that under my eyes, my forehead, and also the bridge of my nose. Then using my beauty blender to blend out the concealer. Next I'm going to be baking with these two shades right here, so the banana shade and the other really light shade, and I'm just taking a damp beauty blender and placing that under my eye. While my under eyes, forehead and the bridge of my nose bake, I'm going to be moving on to brows. Taking the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit, I'm just using the comb to shape out my brows first. Then taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in dark brown, I'm going to be drawing out the tail of my brow, the underneath of my brow, and also the top of my brow. Then taking Precisely My Brow Pencil again, I'm going to just be feathering out my brows and filling it in with this brow pencil. It's just less harsh and it creates a more natural brow. Next I'm going to be taking the Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to be using this on a fluffy brush. I'm going to be brushing away the areas that I was baking and also applying it to the rest of my face. Now taking the Stila cream contour kit, I'm going to be using a beauty blender again and just mapping out where I want the cream contour. So placing it under my cheekbone and also on my forehead. Now taking a clean beauty blender, I'm going to be blending that into my face, making sure that your contour is blended in seamlessly and there aren't any harsh lines. Next, taking my Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, I'm going to be using a fluffy brush to apply it on the cream contour so it sets. Now with my Bahama bronzer by the Balm, I'm going to be applying that just to the unders of my cheekbones, just to define it more and to create a more chiseled look. Now taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm taking the same bronzer and just contouring my nose. Now taking this NARS blush in the shade Orgasm, I'm going to be applying this on the apples of my cheeks. Now for highlighter, I'm going to be using Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop by Becca, and I'm going to be applying this on my cheekbones, my brow bone. I also use it on the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose, as well as my cupid's bow. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to be taking Matte Lopez and applying that to my waterline, as well as Matte Kumar and applying that to the same areas. And lastly, taking Matte Reed again and applying that to the same areas just to darken up my waterline. Taking the paintbox smudge pot, I'm going to be using a lipstick brush to apply that to my inner waterline. Now for mascara, I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara and applying a few coats to my lashes before I apply falsies. I applied my lashes off camera because I suck at applying lashes on camera, and the lashes that I used were the Demi Wispies by Ardelle. And to finish off the eyes, I'm just applying the same Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on my bottom lashes. For lips, I'm using Kylie Cosmetics, so for my lip liner I am using Dolce K, and the lipstick I am using Candy K. I like to use a darker lip liner and a lighter lipstick just because it creates a really nice blended look and it makes your lips appear bigger. And that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed my Year 12 formal makeup look, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Bye!